Hi everyone and welcome back to another video. If you were probably seeing this, you would know this is my first ever bonus video. I'm debating bringing more of these bonus videos onto the channel and doing posts every Wednesday and Friday. But as you all know, I don't want to commit to anything that I know I might not be able to uphold. So we're definitely sticking to one video per week on Fridays, occasionally posting on Wednesdays. Another reason why you should turn your post notifications on so that you know the next time I post. Today we're going to be doing a little bit of a unique video. I haven't seen anyone, or at least on my feeds, of anybody doing this before, so I'm just gonna give it a shot in the dark. I'm filming a video essentially just going through what I do when Emily is on call and is over in the OR. If you don't know, my girlfriend works in the OR at our local hospital and goes on call, I want to say a couple times a month, and when she's on call and she gets called in, she's at the hospital and I'm at home. So there are a list of things I need to do while she's gone. Not necessarily things that I can't do without her, but some things that do need to be done anyways, such as a bunch of cleaning, and I wrote it all down in my bullet journal, as we can see. So we have to clean our room, we need to vacuum, fold laundry, we do have a duvet cover that we need to put onto the duvet, so that's something we need to do, and go through our closet. There are a lot of things in there that we don't wear anymore, whether they're too big or too small. We need to figure a home for them, meaning we need to drop them off either at Goodwill or we just need to sort through it and throw things away. Next thing is the kitchen. There are dishes. I have to mop, Clorox, trash, clean the stove, and clean out the fridge. In the living room, I have to put the dog toys back, move the luggage, vacuum the couch, and clean off my desk area. And then the balcony, it's really gross out there. We have barely been using it, primarily because it's just really gross when it snows the way it does, and it just gets really gross out there. So clean out there, and for the bathroom we have to mop, bleach the toilet, and do trash. Additionally, I have to run to Walmart to go pick up more bleach and to pick up another MacBook charger since mine was ruined today by the dogs. So gotta go pick that up. I've already started off my day nice and strong. It is currently 3:17. My goal is to be able to get a lot of these things done before Emily comes back from call. So within an hour and a half, that might be pushing it. There are not as many dishes and there isn't as much laundry as there was last weekend. So I'm hoping that it won't be as bad, but there are still some things I need to do. So let's get into it. So I partially finished making the bed. Obviously the pillowcases need to be washed. Next, I'm gonna go through what's on our nightstands, throw away anything that needs to be thrown away, Clorox it, wipe it down, and on with some of our laundry. So I wiped down both of the nightstands. Now it's just kind of a waiting game on when the laundry will be done. There's still so much laundry that needs to be done to get this party really started. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and start cleaning in the kitchen. We have to do dishes, we have to clean the stove, go through the fridge, make sure there's nothing bad in there, because there probably is. So let's go ahead and start in there. Also, totally forgot to mention, we got Dunkin' this morning, and then before I dropped Emily off at the hospital, I went and got myself a little pink drink. I love getting pink drinks, especially if I want something kind of refreshing. I don't like the strawberry inclusions in it. I don't know if that makes me weird, but let's get the show on the road. The hair has come up, a tank top has been put on, because I am already sweating from doing all of that maneuvering. So now the next big project is the kitchen. There's a plethora of dishes, everything all over the counter. We've got to go through the fridge, so let's go get this shit running. Got most of the things out of the fridge that I feel like need to be taken out. I'm leaving everything else in there for Emily to kind of go through herself, because there are some things in there that I do not eat and I don't know how long they've been in there. So I'm gonna let her make that decision. Now I'm gonna clean up some of the dishes that were in there in containers. Then I am going to make a little Walmart list, switch over the laundry, and then start working on cleaning up my desk. Cleaning up my desk, folded a bunch of laundry that was on the couch that needed to be done, redid some laundry, moved everything over. I'm trying to think, I didn't really do much other than that. I'm gonna sit down and relax for about 10-15 minutes. I still haven't heard anything from Emily, but as far as I know, that was the only surgery that was emergent enough for today. So unless I hear anything else within the 10 minutes, I think I'm going to put on a rain jacket and head outside and go to Walmart. There are a couple things that I really need to get. So I'm gonna sit here, kind of relax, let the dogs play. I just put all of his toys up. I don't know how much longer they're gonna be in the bin, but I can, as long as I can say that I tried and I put them up. So I'm gonna let them out and play. I'm gonna relax a little, and I will see you all in about 10-15 minutes. Hi guys, so I kind of decided that I don't really want to go to Walmart today, and I'm just gonna wait until we go grocery shopping tomorrow. And quite honestly, I wanted to put on some makeup, feel pretty, if you know what I'm saying, and just kind of yap with you all. I noticed that there's a lot of things I haven't talked about on this channel, especially when it comes to my grad program and what I'm going to school for, what I'm doing now, that kind of thing. I feel like I've talked a lot about Disney, and I've talked about a lot about our trip, which I'm very excited for, and we'll talk for hours about it. But this is also part of my life and something I'm very passionate about, or else I wouldn't have gone to grad school for it. I did throw on a little crew neck. I got this from my girlfriend and I. We matched. We went to Disney in October, and I got us little matching like sweatshirts. So sorry if I look kind of crazy right now. I usually sit here to do my makeup and use the natural lighting outside, but it's kind of cloudy and gross out, so I moved my desk light over here, so if I look just like oversaturated or something, that is why. Social work. So currently my job is to be a case manager. I'm going into getting my grad degree, which mind you is not in social work. I really wanted nothing to do with social work. Previously, before I started working where I work now, I quite honestly just wanted to do outpatient services, private practice, that kind of thing. And then once I started working in social work, that's when things kind of changed for me. But long story short, I am in my clinical mental health counseling grad program. So essentially, by the time I graduate, I will be able to take my licensing exam, and then I can start my supervision hours to become a licensed therapist, essentially an LPC. Just to get into a little bit of why I chose a counseling program over a social work program is essentially because I knew I wanted to do more outpatient services, more private practice, and if I could go back and change it to social work, knowing the things that I do now, I don't necessarily know if I would. And one of the reasons why is because at least the state that I live in, once I take my licensing exam, I have 2 years to do my supervised hours, and then I can apply to be an LPC. If I were to get my master's in social work, there's a lot more loopholes and situations you have to do in different areas of clinical experience that you need to have before you can become a licensed social worker, or even just like a clinical licensed social worker where you can work private practice. So in my opinion, the reason why I chose counseling was it was a little bit more of a faster track to doing what I wanted to do, and a little bit more specific. Yeah, essentially just it being more specific into what I wanted to do. I don't feel like doing major glam today because there really isn't much going on. Emily, I texted her, she texted me not that long ago saying that they added another case on, so I don't know how long she's going to be there for. She could be there for another hour, she could be there for another 4 hours, so I don't know. This is kind of what happens every time she gets called in. It's a mystery on what my day is going to look like, but I still may head to Walmart at some point today. Whether that's when she gets off work or not, I'm not sure. I just need a computer charger at some point in order for me to edit this video. So a little bit more about my program. It is fully online. I eventually will need to do a practicum and an internship. What's required in most states to become an LPC, which is a like 60 credit program, an internship, and a practicum, which is what I'll be doing. I'm about to go into my first summer term, and then in the fall I'll start my second year in school in my grad program. It's fully online, like I said, so it allows me to work full-time where I work now. Is that once I get to my internship, I will be allowed that kind of flexibility to work there and use the counseling skills that I'm learning in class with clients that I already have rapport with. My boss has approved me for doing that, and if I didn't have the job that I did, I would have to be working for free in whatever setting I can get my hands on as an intern. So I'm very blessed and grateful that I have that opportunity to be able to do that, which I'm very blessed to have that opportunity, because I know a lot of people who join the program because obviously it's something that they love, but their undergrad may not be in a psych field, or their current job while they're in grad school might not be in a psych field. I know when I graduated school, right out the bat, I wanted to use my degree. Primarily because I worked so hard for it. I almost ended up having to take an extra year because I did change my majors halfway through school. And I'm really proud of myself for that I was able to fast track that in my undergrad. So I'm glad I was able to do that. I'm very grateful to be in the position that I am in, because I know a lot of people are not in the same position and may have to work a little harder to be able to obtain internships, jobs, that kind of thing. I love my job, in which I know that I'm definitely in the right field. But yeah, that is mostly why I chose counseling. One of my former coworkers, she chose social work. And I want to be honest, y'all, like, one of my coworkers who's actually a therapist in the same program as me has told me that the social work license program is a lot easier, like that exam I definitely know some people struggle with it. I don't want to say one's easier than the other because obviously I'm not taking both. I'm only taking mine and I'm absolutely petrified. I am terrible at taking tests. Sometimes I wonder how I've made it this far with said taking tests. I am pretty sure that my expected graduation time frame is sometime in either 2026 or 2027. I don't really know how their like graduation schedule works. Like my undergrad, I went to college, they only did one graduation ceremony, so you could have been done with all of your credits in December and not had to take another semester of schooling, but technically graduating in December, but you having a graduation ceremony that following like spring semester. So I don't know if it's everywhere or if some schools do their like do a fall graduation and then a spring graduation or a winter graduation. I don't know. But I do know that I only have a year and a half left, which is like kind of scary in my opinion. Primarily because like I'm so used to being in school for so long now that I cannot imagine myself not being a student, which is so strange to think. I have debated going and getting my PsyD after I've gained some experience with patients and clients and kind of trying to figure out what I want to do. The only thing I'm not looking forward to is research. If you know anything about me, I hate statistics, I hate research. I don't know how I passed my undergrad statistics class. A little story to you all about my statistics journey in my undergrad was school offered a behavioral statistics, which was the statistics class I was supposed to be placed in, but because I had previously been placed in higher level math classes because I was a biology student, they automatically just placed me in the math statistics instead of the behavioral statistics, which was incredibly difficult. I don't know how I passed it, but I somehow did. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I have a lot of friends that are in said psych major or whatever, and if I had to give them the biggest advice going in to a master's program or wanting to be a therapist, I would say do what you want to do, okay? Choose the program that feels best for you and aligns with what you want to do. However, I want you to think about how long you would like to be in school. Realistically speaking, if you are okay with being in school or testing or having more supervision hours or, you know, having other roles other than therapist, other than counselor, roles other than that, go social work. 100%. If you are okay with playing the role of a case manager or playing the role as a supervisor or playing a role as a facilitator or wraparound facilitator, whatever that may be, go the social work route, girl. Like, if that's something that you can see yourself alternating roles in, by all means, go ahead. If it's not, however, and the only thing you want to do is go into the counseling world, don't waste your time, don't waste your money. Go and get a counseling degree. So that would be my advice for that. And I just watched a TikTok where a girl was like, this is why I chose social work, blah, blah, blah. There are different ways to become a therapist. I chose social work because everyone else around me had positive things to say. There are different roles that can go into. You can work in a courtroom, you can work in a hospital, you can work in private practice, which is all true, but you can also do that with a counseling degree. And she said that she was told by people who she looks up to that, like, when people tell you social work, you don't make any money, that it's bullshit. Let me tell you, if you are going into social work, you will, unless you become a private practice or an independent therapist or anything like that, you will not be making very much money. I think the local hospital in my area just recently increased the social workers' pay to be as much of their nurses get paid. But back on to the social work side of things. If you are a social worker, regardless of where you work, unless you have many, many years of experience, you will not be making very much money. I mean, you can say the same thing about people who receive a counseling degree, that depending on how much experience they can receive more or less. However, there are a lot of ways that either degree can make a lot of money. Today, one of my friends had like a Botox party and I felt bad. I really wanted to go, but there was an individual going that I don't really get along with for very valid reasons. Let's just say it was probably best that I didn't go. Primarily because my girlfriend would not be coming with me. Why would I want to go without my girlfriend? But now my makeup is all done. Thank you all for coming to my TED Talk about why I chose counseling over social work. But I will say, it depends on your work experience and it depends on, the type of work that you want to do. Personally, I know what kind of specialty I want to go into. I would love to go into addictions, alcoholism, that kind of thing. For others, just like your typical private practice, outpatient services, that kind of thing. For me, I fell in love with the community that I work for and what I do, and I would love to become a counselor in that field. So I'm gonna get off my high horse. My girlfriend texted me saying that she should be home in about an hour. It is 6:31. I am going to take the dogs out. I am probably just going to hang on the couch a little bit longer with you all. And then y'all can come with me to Walmart. I am waiting a little bit longer to see when she leaves work because I have to go pick her up. So if I can go to Walmart and then on my way back pick her up if she's done, that'd be great. So let's take the dogs out. Hi guys, so we're on the iPhone now because I'm going to head out to Walmart. I do have a tiny bit gut feeling that as soon as I'm like halfway to Walmart, my girlfriend's gonna text me saying that she's ready to be picked up from her on-call shift. So we're gonna try and make this Walmart trip super fast. So let's get going. Y'all, I just got back from errands, so I don't know what it is. I don't think I should ever be able to go into Walmart alone. I'm not joking. Every time I go alone, something absolutely insane happens. Every time. There was one time where a guy was following me around the store. There was another time where I guess Walmart has these cameras above like the self-checkout, and it thought I had like mis-scanned something or like didn't scan it, and for some reason it happens all the time to me. All the time. Well, this specific time I had to get like several cleaning supplies. Like we needed bleach, we needed Clorox wipes, we needed Dawn dish soap, we needed Tide Pods, like things like that. So a lot of those things will come up as Clorox and then not really say like Clorox bleach or Clorox wipes. It'll just say Clorox. Well, I was scanning the bleach and it said that like essentially that I didn't scan it, but it showed up on the screen as if I did. So I'm confused as to how that even happened. But anyways, the lady comes over, she has to clear the screen. She watches the full video. That's never happened to me before. Sat there, watched the whole video of me scanning it and bagging it, and then still didn't believe that I had scanned it. Even after I told her, like, see, like, it says Clorox on there, like, I'm not sure Clorox wipes is underneath it, so it's not the wipes. And then takes the Clorox bleach thing out of my hands, rescans it, sees that it matches it, then has to go back, sign in, and take it off of it. Okay? All whilst, one of the main reasons why I had to go to Walmart was because I needed a MacBook charger, and I have an article review to do tonight for my grad program, and I need to be able to charge my computer because it is on the brink of death right now. And to Walmart thinking it was probably going to be less expensive than going somewhere like Best Buy. I go to the tech section, they have it. They even have the longer cord, which is 10 times better because that shorter cord was fucking killing me. Okay? When I tell you, there was not a single employee over in the tech section. Not a single employee. I stood there for about 10-15 minutes. Nobody came over. There were other people waiting, like, near the checkout line. So it was like, okay, maybe they've been helped. Let me go find someone in a different section, whatever. Go ask them, and they're like, oh, like, we just had an alert not that long ago that somebody was needed over there, so it shouldn't be too long. Okay, go back over there, and I asked the people who had been waiting, like, how long have you all been waiting for an employee here? And they said 10 minutes. So I didn't even hesitate took myself right to checkout and just checked out. Then I checked online to see what time Best Buy closed, and it closes at 8, but by the time I reached checkout, it was 7:30. So I'm trying to rush through this fucking checkout process. Like, I'm scanning and I am going, okay? And this whole thing happened with the fucking scanning thing and her watching the video and then rescanning it and then taking it off. Y'all, I was on my breaking point when that happened. I swear to God. I just got home and got a text from Emily that she's done. They're cleaning up the OR and she's ready to leave. So I'm gonna go pick her up and spend some time with my girlfriend. This is probably where I'm gonna end the vlog, just because I'm sure Emily is tired and doesn't want a camera in her face when she comes home. So I respect that. So I will see you all in the next video. Bye.